Welcome to Module 3 of Business Ethics. This week we focus on Chapters 4 and 5, which explore how corporate culture, leadership, and corporate social responsibility influence ethical business conduct. We will examine how organizational values and leadership behavior shape a company's moral tone, and how CSR aligns business success with accountability to society. Let's start with the overview. Review the learning objectives, module resources, and assignments. Now let's review the resources. Begin by reading Chapter 4, The Corporate Culture. This chapter discusses how a company's shared beliefs, traditions, and values form the ethical foundation of its operations. You'll learn the differences between compliance-based cultures that rely on policies and enforcement, and values-based cultures that promote moral reasoning and shared responsibility. Next, read Chapter 5, Corporate Social Responsibility. This chapter introduces several approaches to corporate social responsibility, including the economic, stakeholder, and integrative models of responsibility. You'll learn how corporate social responsibility influences public trust, reputation, and long-term sustainability. Be sure to review the PowerPoint presentations for each chapter. The Chapter 4 presentation highlights how corporate culture impacts decision-making, leadership credibility, and ethical accountability. The Chapter 5 presentation explains the principles of corporate social responsibility and shows how businesses integrate social and environmental responsibility into their strategies. Next, watch the video resources for this module. The video, Build a Culture by Design, demonstrates how organizations can intentionally shape their ethical culture through transparency and communication. The second video, What is Corporate Social Responsibility, CSR, explains how corporate social responsibility balances profitability with responsibility toward people and the environment. Now let's move to the assignments. For your assignments this week, begin with SmartBook Chapter 4, The Corporate Culture. This activity reviews leadership's role in defining and maintaining a strong ethical culture. Then complete the discussion Compliance-Based Cultures, where you'll compare compliance-based and values-based approaches to ethics and provide thoughtful peer responses. After that, take the Chapter 4 quiz, which contains 25 questions. Next, complete SmartBook Chapter 5, Corporate Social Responsibility. This activity will help you evaluate corporate social responsibility concepts and analyze real-world examples of companies implementing ethical initiatives. Follow this by completing the case study, Corporate Social Responsibility in the Digital Age, which examines Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act and Hershey's Global Corporate Social Responsibility Strategy. Finally, take the Chapter 5 quiz. The term paper outline, which includes your revised thesis statement, introduction, and section breakdown for your final paper, is due at the end of Week 4. That concludes the video. As you complete this week's materials, think about how leadership, culture, and corporate social responsibility intersect to form the foundation of ethical business. Organizations that prioritize values and responsibility are not just meeting moral obligations. They are building sustainable trust that supports long-term success.